Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. Yeah, VeChain has also come below that last main Fibonacci retracement level, the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level. It is currently still below that level or fighting with it. That is the 3.3 cent level. Currently just below it. Some cryptos are already above their target areas, which means that they are looking stronger compared to VeChain. Now, VeChain is a little bit of a smaller market cap crypto compared to Solana, Cardano. Of course, it's sort of medium cap, but it is way smaller than Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, and Solana, which look much better in terms of where they are in terms of compared to the Fibonacci retracement levels. Now, as I said before, if a cryptocurrency for a long time falls below that level, and that is not only for cryptos, that is for stocks and shares as well, they will have a harder time recover and they look weaker. And however, I also emphasized it doesn't mean they have to die. Yeah, it just means they're in a worse position than other cryptos, and usually a correct or a new bull run or a recovery from that correction will then be a bit more difficult. Yeah, it is generally to be considered higher risk if an asset drops below that level. Now again, it is nothing we haven't seen before in crypto. Yeah, I have to say that as well. And some viewers made me aware, and that's true, of course. Cardano, for example, in the last bear market also dropped below the 88.7% Fib level, and that is generally not too much of a problem, especially given that VeChain's chart looks actually quite healthy. The chart structure, it's just a standard ABC. It looks perfectly fine. What is important though is that it needs to make a new all-time high in the next bull run. What I said before, and also emphasized that in the member live stream on Sunday, where we looked into coins that died, that if a coin falls below that level and then doesn't really fully recover when other cryptos do it, so let's say we get back into the bull run and it will take a long time to recover, or it just can't really get above key resistance levels, or it doesn't even make a new all-time high when others do it, then it will look really bad. And when it then falls back below that level, that will be a bit tricky then. We have a critical situation currently with XRP, which obviously also isn't dead. I don't want to suggest that, but XRP has that situation that it made that massive all-time high in 2018, I think, or 2017, I think, and it then in 2021 didn't make a new all-time high. That is not great, and it is at a critical level. It's just getting close to the 88.7% Fib level again. Now other cryptos look much stronger, and VeChain doesn't have that problematic situation because it made a new all-time high. It's a very young coin. Falling below the 88.7% is not too much of a problem. In fact, most cryptos do it at the moment, but it is just an area where cryptos are at a higher risk, yeah, and generally assets as well. But obviously at the moment we are in a situation where we have a lot of risk because cryptos dropped below that magical 88.7% Fib level. But it seems to be normal in the crypto market. The key is, however, that those cryptos then do recover after a few weeks, ideally, when other cryptos recover as well. Yeah, so just watch out for that. Things to mitigate risk in the current situation. I'm not telling you to do it. It's just what people could do is to move assets or move funds from more riskier assets into Bitcoin. Yeah, this is one possibility to do it, or to spread across more coins. Should one die, then at least it is only one, and in the next bull run the other ones should definitely make up for the loss. But I'm not suggesting at any point here that VeChain will die. In fact, I think it is quite a good chart structure. It just dropped a little bit too low, but at the moment I'm still quite confident that VeChain will recover when other coins will do it as well, especially as we still have that previous support level that I mentioned here a few times, the 2.2 cent level. It's those previous highs, and in the very worst case here, the 1 cent level, that swing low here from November 2020. But then from here, it is really the very last chance that it needs to get up from there. Yeah, but at the moment, I'm still quite confident about VeChain. A little bit problematic that it just doesn't seem to get back into that target area here again. Just when it tried to do it, and we can take a look at that on the 4-hour chart, just when it tried to do it, it bounced off again, and we had quite a bit of a red candle here. Here again, yeah. So it is making constantly higher lows here, but it just can't really get through that 3.3 cent level at the moment. And that just shows that generally in the crypto market, and with VeChain as well at the moment, the buying pressure is just not there at the moment. Yeah, it's missing out a little bit. We don't really have the volume. You can see it here. It's pretty much dying off here on the 4-hour chart, the volume, suggesting that I had here a triangle, but that needs to be reshaped from the last video. It has actually extended out a little bit, that triangle, you can see it. And whenever you have a triangle pattern like that, it is normal that the volume decreases. We don't seem to have broken out of it yet because the volume hasn't increased yet. So it might really be here something like just a symmetrical triangle that is forming here. Yeah, where we can actually extend that resistance level. And when it does it, don't know why it doesn't do it. Let me just double check that here. Sometimes it's lagging a little bit. There you go. Here, yeah, symmetrical triangle would be or could be considered trend continuation pattern in the current environment, where a drop below that current support level here of 3.1 cents, we are very close, would unlock lower prices, possibly to the low here of the triangle, 2.6, or maybe even to that 2.2 cent level where we already were here on the 12th of May. To the upside, I think ideally we would then get into that 3.3 cent level, or into that target area above 3.3 cents. Next resistance would probably be the previous wick here at 3.6 cents, and then 4.1, 4.2 cents. So generally, what is my view here? My view is that the Elliott Wave count pretty much resembles what we have with other cryptos as well, that we are here in a wave 2, and within that wave 2 we are in a wave C, and within the wave C we are probably, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, like Cardano, like Solana, in a wave 4, which could already be complete, where we are then waiting for at least one more dip. I think there will be one more dip. The signs that are currently coming from the bulls are just too weak. They are just too weak. And let's take a look at the indicators. So I think there will be one more dip, and the 2.2 cent level would be a level that I could imagine we will get down to. And should we lose that, I think the 1 cent level, I wouldn't be massively surprised if we see a VeChain for 1 cent before it starts to recover, but it really needs to start recovering from there. Below that level, it will get tough. It will get really, really tough. And who would have thought that we actually get down that low? I would have thought we're going to recover from here, that we actually get below that level once more. It is critical. I mean, it's not critical, but it is a bit of a surprise that we even drop below these levels when months ago everybody told me that this would never be reached anyway. But now we're actually dropping below that. Yeah, we can see here that the more meaningful chart for the medium term is that 4-day chart. And on the 4-day chart, we still have very little bullish signals. So the RSI very low, not yet oversold, but very low, indicating very, very much of a downtrend. We have the red line here on the ADX above the green line, which indicates the strength of that downtrend. And the 4-day chart is still pushing further down here. So we had just that bearish crossover here in the beginning of May again. What I really want to see, and you can see on the 4-day chart, that MACD here, that MACD line was so low in Feb 22 as it's never been before. And what I really want to see, and I think we are on a way towards that, and that would be a really, really bullish signal. That would be really when I say, with a high probability, the low could be in. So pay attention now, because this could really give us a hint that the low is in, because the 4-day chart is very meaningful. So let me tell you, if we see now a lower low, and we have actually done that lower low on the price, and we see a bullish divergence on the MACD, that we see here a bullish divergence on the MACD from that low, for example, to that low, or we see a bullish divergence on the RSI, we don't see it yet, and we make a lower low, maybe once more, and we see the MACD turning around to the upside on the 4-day, that will give us a very, very important hint that the low is already in. And that is not only for VeChain, that is also the case for Bitcoin, Ethereum, the other cryptos. So I'm watching the 4-day chart very closely, and a bullish divergence will give us an indication that the low could be in. So it's not there yet, we're not there yet, and therefore medium term I still expect here lower price levels for VeChain and other cryptos, also based on the Elliott Wave count. Short term upside possible still, I did explain that in detail in the Bitcoin videos, and that short term upside could happen, for example, if we break here to the upside from that triangle. But really, until we get above until we, and even if I say primarily, I still expect lower prices. The low could be in at any point. We've reached the target area here, that target area that we've been waiting for 6 months to be reached. Yeah, we've been talking about these price levels, and at any point the low could now be in. So I've said before, I wouldn't personally, if you're interested in a coin, personally I am not waiting for the lowest low. Yeah, I'm not speculating for a 1 cent VeChain. Yeah, if I want to buy, I want to buy, and historically already very attractive levels. Of course it can go lower, but it could also now move up from here. So it is just a time where we need to be very, very, we need to observe the market very closely, because we are now in that potential turnaround phase. I don't think we are turning around as of yet, and short-term upside is always possible. And personally, until we really move above the previous major swing high, above 9 cents, I wouldn't even want to talk about sustainable upside. So short-term upside, absolutely possible in some sort of recovery phase until 9 cents anyway. But if we bounce off that, that could also trigger another move down. So really the 9 cent level on the way up is very important for me. And at the moment, even short-term upside potential is there. But generally, the low, I can't see it yet to be in. Yeah, very, very clearly. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently offering on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.